Good morning, all of you. As per the plan, we supposed to start the Power BI edit queries. So, as we discussed all the visualizations, almost like 28 visualizations end to end, the next topic would be edit queries. Edit queries. So, I hope you guys able to see my screen and able to hear me. Anyone has any issues? Let me know. So, 2018. Edit queries. So this is remove. We can no need of this. So meantime, I'm just taking one Power BI new desktop. So you guys know already we have spent enough time on this, like what is Power BI desktop, how to get the data, and then even I given the little bit idea about the what is edit queries. So to be simple, edit queries is nothing but transformations. Transformations to perform the ETL operations. To perform ETL operation. The full form is E for extract, T for transform, and L for load. So already we know how to extract the data, how to load the data into Power BI desktop. So today mainly we are going to focus on the, not only today, probably 3 to 4 days we are going to mainly focus on the transformations. Transformations. So let's see. So I'm just connecting to Power BI desktop. Now let me get some data. As you guys know already, I would be taking a couple of SQL Server tables. Click on OK button. Network related instance. Okay, maybe service is not running. Services.msc. As you can see here, status is blank. So right click, start the service. So So to simple example, like take any table. For example, dim employee I'm taking. So if you click on the load button, what will happen? Whole table data will be loaded into the Power BI desktop. Or else, what you can do, click on the edit option also. This is what we called as edit queries. Now see, it is opening a one more window, which is nothing but edit queries. Untitled because we have not given the report name, right? The Power Query editor or edit queries, both are same. So now listen carefully. Now you can see the all the columns. For example, I would like to filter only couple of employees. I would like to filter couple of employees. For example, I don't want everyone. I want only 10 people or only 5 people. Click on OK button. Now there is an option called close and apply. Close and apply. So now if you go to the data, you could able to see the in that table, as you can see, only 5 records are available. Only 5 records are available. This is what called as a edit query. Edit query is nothing but before loading data into Power BI desktop, or even after loaded into Power BI desktop also, we can do the modifications on the source data as I given just now. So I'm just filtering only 5 records. So now let me save this one. Click on the save button. I think 9th May. Okay. Edit queries. Edit queries. Click on the save button. Now, now what I can do, now let's say again I realize that I want to see now all the employees data. Now for example, whatever I filtered, now again I want to go back to the source table and I want to get all the employee details. Now I want to remove this filter basically. So then what I have to do, while loading itself, again you no need to go to the once again you no need to go, means if you taking any new table then it's well and good, but if you want to do the changes on the existing loaded data, for example already dim employee loaded, right? I want to do the changes on the same table, then we need to go to the edit queries. So click on edit queries. Now right side you could see here there are some query settings available. So here there is a concept called apply steps. Apply steps is there. Now as you can see here, there is a filtered rows is there. Filtered rows. Listen carefully. Now again I'm just going here. Let me apply one more filter. Okay. Still it is showing as a filtered row only. So now let me select everything. Let me perform different operation. For example, let's say group by matter status. Group by matter status. Just some, I'm just trying to perform something. I don't know what I'm trying to perform. Just ignore everything. Now see this one. So each and every step, whatever you are trying to perform here, that will be recorded under the applied steps. Under the query settings, apply step, each and every step, whatever you are doing, it will be performed here. So if you want to remove the group by, then you need to click on this into markup. Now see, we got the 5 records. Now if I want to remove this 5 record also, I want to see the all the records, means again I need to remove this filter rows. This is what the original table. Now what you have to do, whenever you want to save the changes, if you want to save, only click on apply. Without saving, if you want to close it, you can close it. After saving, immediately you want to close it, close and apply. Anyone, you can try this one. Now it's again hitting the database, fetching the whole records, now loading data into the Power BI desktop. So that is what about the simple how to connect to edit queries, how to do the changes. Now let's try to explore here. Try to explore. Now see, this is what the table level. Here whatever the queries will be called as, tables. The one table only available as of now, or you can say this is a queries also, you can call it as. Okay, don't get confused, query is nothing but table only here, table only. Now there are certain things here. One is table level properties. The second one is column level properties. The third one is like if you right click on the table, this is what I'm talking about. We need to discuss all these properties. And if you select the column, right click on the column also, we have lots of properties which we need to be discussed. And apart from that, apart from column level properties, if you click on this corner, this also will be called as a table level only, but you can consider as a, this is a setting like a properties level. or even this is also will be called as a table properties. Table properties. So first, the whole edit queries I'm splitting into three ways. I mean, we need to discuss with any one of the topic, right? So I'm going to start with the table level properties. Okay. The table level properties first, as you can see here, right click on this, copy, paste, delete, rename. These are all nothing required. The next one is edit queries. I'm sorry, enable load. Enable load or exclude in the report refresh. So before discussing, let's try to understand the similar smaller properties. For example, I'm click on the copy here. What will happen? Can I paste into some Excel file? Let's see what will happen. Click on the Excel file. Okay, so is it copying the whole table data? No, it is not copying the table data. If you want, I will showcase one more time. Now paste also. Now see, now what is happening here? Whenever you have a situation you want to copy the data, that is different story. But whenever you want to make a one more copy, that case this copy will be very handy. Just a copy and then paste it, which means I'm creating the two copies, like a backup. Yes, to be simple, it's a backup. So that is what about the copy, paste and delete. Now let's say select this one, right click and delete or rename it. If you rename it, it will go to edit mode underscore bkp. Now right click on this. If you don't like, delete option. Now there is a similar property duplicate also. See this one, the duplicate, and this one I'm just renaming underscore duplicate. So there is a one more option, reference. It is also making a one more copy, but very soon we will understand what is the difference between duplicate and reference. Now I'm repeating once again. When you go for the duplicate or reference, both are creating the one copies here. One copies here. Now I'm just going to main table. Okay. And I'm just, there is a one property here, choose columns. I'm trying to modify something. Okay. I'm happy with the employee key and what is the email address. Click on the OK button. Okay. Now go to duplicate copy. Duplicate copy is not changing anything. Okay, fine, well and good. Now see the reference table. So what is the meaning of reference here? So duplicate is nothing but taking a separate copy and keep it aside. If you do the original data, it will not reflect in the duplicate copy. But when you take a reference copy, what would happen? It is a replica of the original table. It's a replica of the original table. If anyone changing the original table, automatically reference table also will get changed. Okay, that is what about the main difference between the duplicate and then reference. Now move on to the next topic. So right click on this. So move to the group. For example, like as you can see here, 1 2 3 is there. Out of 3, the one is the actual table, rest 2 will be dummy data, right? Like a duplicate copy. So you can right click on any of the table, make a create a group, new group. For example, like backup tables, click on OK. Now see, this table moved under backup. For example, this also, if you want to move it, reference also, right click here, move to the group backup tables. So this one is showing as a other groups, right? Even this also you can create a one more group. For example, actual tables. So under others, nothing is there at the moment. So like this, for better readability, you can create multiple folders. The number, as you can see, under backup table folder, we have a 2 table. So that is what about the simplest properties. And now go to the actual table. Now move up and move down. For example, I want to bring this reference as a first table, duplicate as a second table. Then click on the move up. Now see, reference came first. Now again move down. It will come to the bottom. Like this, whenever you have the 10 table, 20 table, you want to change the order of the table, you can make use of the move up and move down. Create function is advanced topic. I will explain later, probably tomorrow or day after tomorrow. Okay. So here we missed two properties here. That is called as a enable a load, include in the report refresh. Enable load is nothing but, before discussing both of them, I'm just closing and apply. Excel file is not required. I'm just closing.
Uh, Sir, I have a doubt.
Yeah, me then go ahead.
Uh, Actually, after creating the folders, like how you created now, like backup folders and all.
Okay.
So once you created a folder and moved the duplicate for a file and the reference file,
Hmm. Hmm.
so does it affect the same feature like when we edit the main query sheet? Does it affect on the reference sheet? No?
What is the meaning of effect of the reference sheet? Now tell me, this is the main table. Now reference table. Now for example, see, folder is nothing but we are just for better readability, we are creating different folders. Now I'm going to main table.
Yeah.
Now let's say I'm doing another, adding one more phone number. So reference table. This is what your question.
Yes. Yes. Yeah.
Okay, perfect. So the next one is, if you click on the refresh button, what will happen usually? Now see this one, table 1, table 2, table 3, 3 table trying to refresh. Load was cancelled by error, loading a previous table, and column parent in a table employee duplicate contains a blank value that is not allowed for a column, the one side of the many to many relationships. So this is different story now. It is making a relationship here, that's why it's creating problem. Let me delete as of now, time being, let me delete the relationship. I hope we discussed relationship. Yes or no?
Yes.
So it is complaining many to many relationship is not possible. So it doesn't matter. Now one thing I would like to highlight here, when I click on the refresh, is it refreshing one table or all the table from the model? All the tables, right? So now let's say I don't want to refresh this backup table and replicate table. I mean duplicate table. I think it's struck. Or let me get one more table quickly. For example, like customer table, date dimension, geography, and one fact table. One fact table. Click on the load button. So even though I have multiple tables in my model, assume that some table I may not be using actively. So then what is the purpose of daily refreshing, right? Keep in mind, in the future purpose, I extracted some table. Right now, I'm not using actively those table. For example, except dim employee, rest all the table, when even though I click on the refresh also, it shouldn't refresh. So that case, what you can do, click on the edit queries. Now right click on the those table, whichever you don't like to refresh on daily basis. You need to include in report refresh. You need to uncheck this one. You need to uncheck this one. Now even reference also I don't want to refresh. So except employee table, rest all will not be refreshed. Now just close and apply. Now listen carefully here. So everything is visible still. Even though I have excluded from the refresh, it is visible. That can be common. Now click on the refresh. Now see this one. This is what I would like to highlight here. This is what like to highlight. Employee table is refreshing. Other tables is not getting refreshed. See, what is the meaning of refresh? Connecting to source database, get the latest data and loading into SQL Server, I'm sorry, Power BI desktop. So now, right now is okay. We have only 60,000 records or 500 records and but real time, it will be having lakhs of record. So without, unnecessary tables also, if you keep on loading, it's a waste of time. It's a waste of time. So if you want to ignore any of the table from the refresh, then go to edit queries, right click on the tables and exclude from the, sorry, include in the report refresh. Now what about enable load here? Now for example, we know that these two are backup tables, right? I'm just enable a load, uncheck this one, and this also uncheck the enable load. Okay, so now close and save. Now see the right side. You guys get anything? So that underscore duplicate table or underscore what do you call reference table is not visible here because I just disabled. For example, let's take an example of the fact table. I don't want to display in the fact table here. I want to ignore it. Ignore the sense like I want to disable. I want to disable it. Then what you can do? Go to fact table, select the table whichever you would like to disable and click on the enable load. So now close and apply. Automatically you will get it. Automatically that will be ignored. See now it's gone. So that is what about the table level properties which have we understand copy, paste, delete, rename, duplicate, reference, move to the group, move up and move down. Create function, I will give you one more example. I mean, probably tomorrow, day after tomorrow. Convert to parameter also. We have a concept called parameter. We will discuss over there. And advanced editor. So advanced editor is nothing but it will give the complete table information. Like it is indicating it is a SQL Server database table, which server we are connected, and what is the database name. What is the database name? As you can see, AdvancedWorks DW 2017, and under that is clearly giving dim employee table name also. Table name also within a bracket. What are the columns we have been selected? Okay. So I'm repeating, if you go to the table level, like see, I would like to know whether it is a table or it's a Excel source or it is some different sources. Then what you have to do, you need to right click, go to advanced editor, and as you can see here, it is clearly mentioned it is a SQL Server database. Okay, so that is what about the advanced editor and the properties. If you go to properties also, as you can see here, again the two same properties is visible. Enable the load and include in the report refresh, which is clearly same as same as if you right click on this one, these two properties. So nothing. Now when I keep the cursor here, okay, properties, I'm giving some customer details. See now instead of the dim customer showing as a customer details, because because I given as a like description here customer details. Even if you type the most text here, the description, when I keep the cursor, you could be able to see the what does table contains. You can give some description. For example, it has all the customer information. For example, geography having the all country related information, something like this. So that is what about the table or properties. Anyone has any questions till now? Okay, so give me a minute. Video conversion has been done. I think 25th. I will move to 1 minute, please. So let it upload. Okay. So let's continue then. The next topic is, as I mentioned here, the first is the table level properties. Next one is the column level properties. Column level properties. Done. Now, now let me clean up this one. I don't want, this extra tables and all. To avoid the burden on the desktop, we can delete this one. I don't want to have this tables and all. Even this folder also, you can delete the group also. You can. Let me enable this one. Enable the load. That should be fine. That should be fine. Now, let's say I'm just going to geography table. Select any of the column. Just click on the ones, not right click, normal click. Okay. And there is an option called sort ascending order, descending order. So whenever, let's say, I want to sort the cities alphabetic order. Now, then what you can do, click on the ascending order. Now see which are the cities starting with the A. It will list out all the cities. Then followed by B, followed by B, I think we have C like this. That is simplest property. If you want to clear the sorting, clear sort option. Everything will be gone. And the second one is descending order. Which are the cities starting with Z, Y, W, something like this. And again, if you want to clear it, clear the sorting and remove the empty values. If you have any empty records, that will be removed. For example, the customer, there should be some empty records. See this one, the middle name, there are some empty, right? Null records are available. Let me try this one. Remove empty. See now, wherever null is there or empty. In SQL Server, we call as a null records, but coming to Power BI desktop, it will be blank. Blank. So empty is equivalent to the null records. So again, if you want to come back, clear filters. What are the filter you apply? It will be cleared, right? Now, if you want to go back, like just like a control Z, just like a control Z. So that is what about the ascending, descending, and remove the empty rows. And here also some values are there, right? Now let's say, let me take different table. Let me take different table. Now, as you can see here, why showing as only 6 records here? Always the filter will display, column level filters will display distinct values of that particular column. Distinct values of that particular column. For example, when I go to Germany or select all, I'm sorry, unselect all, take only Germany. Now see, only Germany data will be visible. Only Germany data would be visible. If you close and apply, permanently the table level, the same data will be available. That is what about the normal filter level. I mean column level options available. If you again select all, everything will be get selected. Now, sometimes what will happen, we need to perform the like operators. Let's say I don't know exact names and all. I don't know exact names. So I would like to see the countries which are starting with the U. In that case, what you need to do, you need to go to the text filters, the equals. When you say equals, you need to pass the exact value. We need to pass the exact value. For example, Canada, and click on OK button. Now see the Canada value is coming up. But clear the filters. Text filters does not equal means not equal to. Begins with, doesn't begins with, ends with, doesn't ends with, and contains. So whichever the country starting with the U I want, right? UK or United States. So that case, which begins with, I would like to say U here and click on OK button. See now, when I scroll down, UK is coming, followed by US data is coming. Even if you click on this once, you could be able to see here also is getting filtered. So spend some more time and try to uh, explore yourself. One is a ends with, another one is a begins with, another one is equal, not equal, and contains means doesn't matter wherever U is there, it will pick only those records. So normal, anybody can easily understand. So that is what about the column level properties. Anyone has any questions till now? Okay, so the same column level only, we have a right click. When you right click on the column level, right click on column level properties. So listen carefully, select the any of the column, right click, there is an option called copy, remove other columns, duplicate columns. These are like anybody can understand, but one thing is, if you click on the copy here, and this is a column level data, right? When you say column level, obviously the whole data will be copied. For example, see now, including the column name, it is copying all the records and pasting into this one. Now same way, you can select multi columns, and this two also, right click and copy and press Ctrl Z, again Ctrl V. Now see, the both the column values are just copy pasted like this. I'm repeating normal, just press Ctrl and select one more column, press Ctrl, select one more column. So if you want, if you don't like, just unselect like this. So that is what about the copy. Remove in the sense, like let's say country code is there, right click here, remove it. See, the country code has gone. It's like a delete the column, delete the column whichever you don't like. So as I told you, if you want to get those columns back, as you can see here, remove columns, remove this one, we got the both the columns. Whatever we removed, we got the both the columns. Again, if you filtered rows, if you want to remove this also, this is what the original table looks like. So I'm repeating once again, that is what about the column level. Select the column, right click, remove option. Remove other columns means it will keep only this column only, other columns will be gone, other columns will be gone. So yeah, now duplicate a column, duplicate a column. For example, when I click on the duplicate column, see in the last, it is showing as a English country region name copy. If you want to move this also, right click here, there is an option called move left, right, beginning at 2. I'm just moving to beginning. Now see, that column displays in the first, and that is a replica of the English country region name. See this one. So I don't like this one, let's remove it. Or even you can like this also, you can try. For example, steps you can remove it, duplicate also I don't require. So the next one is add column from the example. This example will come again, add column from the example here also, add column from the example. I will cover those topic here because that is very important. We will discuss as a fresh mind tomorrow. Okay, so add column from the example is pending. Anyhow, that will come here, don't worry. So I don't want to mention it. The next one is remove duplicate records. Keep in mind wherever you're selecting, wherever I'm selecting only with that column, right? If you remove the duplicate value, what will happen? You will get as only distinct values. Distinct values, the other column values will be picked randomly. Because one country have multiple like 40, 45 records. But if you ask me why it is picking only one record means randomly it will pick the one record. So that is not the priority here. The priority would be in this column, the duplicates will be removed. That's it. In this column, duplicates would be removed. Now right click on this and remove the errors. If you have any errors, that will be removed. See, right now is okay. We have like a proper normal data. Now assume that sometimes what will happen, conversion errors will come into picture. You're trying some calculations or you are performing some data from Excel file to table loading. That time, sometimes junk data may be coming when you're loading into the numeric values. It may fail also. It will generate the error message also. So keep in mind whenever you have the error message, if you want to ignore those rows, you can mention as a remove rows. Remove the rows. This I will make it, I will come up with the example tomorrow. Remove rows. Sorry, errors. Same way, there is a change type is there. Change type is nothing but now let's say if you want to see the what is the data type of this particular column, select this one. As you can see top somewhere see here data type is text here, text. So if you want to convert into any of the values, you can try this. So for example, I'm converting to decimal values, it will throw error message because how can we convert the string value into number? It's not possible, right? It's not possible, right? So there should be some equivalent type conversion. There should be some equivalent data conversion, not like a simply we are going there and click on this one. Now remove errors. See this one. What I have done? I click on the remove error message. It is removed everything. So I'm trying to perform the conversion into number values. It is getting fail error messages. Wherever error is there, I would like to remove those records. So everything is error only. That's why click on the remove errors. Nothing is there. I mean, I just shown you what will happen if I go for the remove errors. So either you can go here data types or convert relevant data types. For example, we have a text here. I will take different one. For example, yeah, I have a number column. It is a whole number. We can convert this whole number into like a decimal number also. Nothing will happen. Nothing will happen. Decimal value means like a 1.00 something value will come, but none of the values are having decimal numbers here. And even you can go for the fixed decimal numbers. The selected column has the existing data type conversion. Would you like to replace the existing conversion? Okay, we can click on the replace current value. Nothing will happen. See that one. So what I'm trying to explain to you guys, go for the relevant data types. For example, if you have the date column, you can convert it to date time also. If you have the date column, you can pick the only time also. Okay. And if you know the integer number, you can convert that into percentage or decimal values, something like relevant data types. Same way, right click on the column. There is an option here, change the type, 100% same. What are the properties you see here? If you go to data type also, everything will be same. Okay. So that is what about the change type is nothing but data conversion. Whenever you want to convert the one type of data type into another data type, you can go with the change type. The next one is transform. The best example would be like I'm taking the country column, string values, right click on this. Let's say I would like to convert all the values into capital letter. All the Australia should be in the capital letter, then transform it to uppercase. Okay, I'm starting with a basic example so that you can easily understand that transform is nothing but converting the values into different format. The what is the format you want? I want uppercase or lowercase capital letters in each word. For example, this one, listen, I'm converting into smaller less, uppercase, sorry, small characters, lowercase. Now, if you go for the capital each word, now see again, N capital, S capital, W capital. So that is what about the lower, upper, capitalize each word, trim. If you have the any unwanted spaces in between, it will remove it and it will keep the only one space between. Now, for example, even though if you click on the trim, as you can see, still space is available in between, correct or not? It will keep the one space. If you have the more than one space, it will be removed. It will be removed. Like clean also, if we have the any unwanted characters within that particular column, it will be clean. I don't have such columns to explain those options. So trim for only for the trim is nothing but only for spaces. Clean is nothing but to like clean up some special character, unwanted characters within the column. Now length you will get as a how many characters available within that particular column. So 15 is available. New South Wales, right? Now when it's come down, now length is less. Length is nothing but count of the characters. For example, Canada, CANADA. For example, 6 characters. So that is what about the length here. And JSON XML, you can ignore it. It will convert the column into XML format and JSON format, which is not required. Even I'm not very sure about the JSON, and then XML is easy, but JSON is a little bit tricky. At the moment, you can ignore these two options. Any questions till now? No questions? You guys there are okay. Fine. So I'm just double checking. So the next one is, let's continue with the column properties. Right click on this, replace values. You guys know, right? Name itself indicating replace the value. For example, sometimes what will happen, we need to replace it. Let's say go to customer values. So here, as you can see here, some values are there, some null vectors are there. See, take this as an example, like for example, the wherever the first name, wherever the John is coming, I want to make it as a like Johnson, something like this. Or wherever, any example, wherever the country is there, let's say which example, okay, wherever United States is there, I want to make it as a USA shortcut, USA. That case, what you can do, right click on this, replace the values. It will ask you what is a value to find. For example, United States, replace with what, USA. Okay, and click on the OK button. Now check this one. You need to, what is it? I think I went for the Spanish word. Maybe let me check this one. The Spanish, they might be calling it different United States. That's why the values are coming. I'm not sure what is happening here. I'm just going to English country. Replace the values. Click on the OK button. Now scroll down even more until you get as a USA. See now, wherever United States is there, now it's showing as a USA. So this is just example, like replace values and replace errors. So just now I shown you when you're converting the text into different format, it will throw error message. So what you can do, in place of error message, you can replace it. Replace the error with any of the values. For example, like not applicable, NA. Enter the value which replaces error in the selected column. Maybe it's expecting numeric values. So wherever -1 is there, you can assume that some errors, something goes wrong here, is displaying as the else spot here always. So that is what about the replace errors and replace values here. The next one is split the column, group by column, or fill. We have like a couple of options. The group by, before that we have split the column. For example, now let's say I'm taking the state column. So New South Wales is there, right? Now wherever the first space is coming, okay, I would like to convert this as a one column. For example, until now is one column, second column, a third column. If that is the case, I mean, I don't have proper column here, or else we'll try this one. So right click on this, split the column, and by delimiter or by number of characters. If I say number of characters, so what will happen? Number of characters I'm making as a 3 characters. Okay, I'm just going for the repeatedly. Now see this one. We got almost like a state. See how many is coming? How many is coming? State 1 is coming, only first 3 characters. Next 3 characters, state 2. Next 3 characters, something like this. Here we have a space here. Here we have a space, that's why it's coming as a. How come space is coming here? Okay. So I think there is a space here, that's why it's taking as a before W, that is space. Okay. And that is what about the every 3 character will be considered as a one column, and it will create the multiple columns. So come out and now go to the original column. That is what about the number of characters. By delimiter also we can try delimit, in the sense, like for example, something, what will happen, a comma b comma c, so the comma will be called as a delimiter. Comma would be called as a delimiter. Now my delimiter would be here, so space, correct or not? So wherever space is there, consider until that is a one column. For example, new space will be, next column will be south, next column will be Wales. Click on the OK button. Now see, new south and then Wales. Until this will be the one column will be splitting into multiple columns based on the criteria here. That is what about the split a column. Split a column into multiple columns. The next one will be group by column. Like group by is very simple. My requirement is very simple. Now there is a column called country, correct? And also there is a column called city as well. So now I would like to know for each country how many cities available. Simple. Each country, how many cities available. Then right click on this, apply the group by. So there is a basic and advanced also available. If you go for the basic, only one column you can apply in the group by column. That is called as a English country region name. Why? Because I selected as a Spanish here, that's why it's showing as a Spanish. If you go to right click, English country region name, the same column will be by default come here. So see the basic is nothing but you can apply the group by only one column and take the count of the rows, and column is disabled as of now, just ignore it. I'm repeating, under each group, like Australia, I would like to count the number of rows. Click on OK button. Now see this one, Australia we have 40. Australia we have 40 records, 73 and 48. Now I would like to split this 40 into different state wise. See, in Australia might be 4 to 5 states, right? The first state maybe 10 cities available, second state maybe another 5 cities available, something like this. If that is the case, even if you want to go to the same expression window, you just right side there is a setting option here, like star, like double click on this one. Now see, it's went to the same window. Now go to advanced, add a one more grouping. What is this time? What is the next grouping? I would like to go to next level. Each country, there might be states, right? State name. Click on OK button. Now see this one. Now let's apply the order by. Now as you can see clearly, in Australia we got this much. If you sum it up all this number, you should get as a 40 only. If you sum it up this two, you should get 90 plus 18, like 27, 30, 31 and 40. Until 9 only, the 40 records are coming. That is what about the applying group by. If you click on the save button, keep in mind the original table will be gets affected. The original table would be gets affected. So if you want to perform the group by operation, so always good practice. First make a copy, make a duplicate copy, and go to right click on the duplicate copy. I'm sorry. Select the duplicate table. Now go and apply the group by class here. Sorry, we need to right click on this group by advanced. I'm setting as a state level also. Click on OK button. Now close and apply. Now see this one. When I go to geography, we have all the data. This is like original table. When I go to like geography 2 table, now see whatever we just performed, whatever the performed operation will be there. So that is what the simple point. The next one is the next one is even you can uncheck this one. The original will be like duplicate table also will be, you can modifiable, you can change it whatever you want. Split column, understand group by. Next one is fill. Fill is nothing but fill down and fill up. If you click on this one, you may not be able to understand anything here. So wherever null records are there, wherever null records are there, we have customer table. Now listen carefully. Listen carefully. We have first name, there are null records, right? So in this null value, listen, in this null value, either fill with the above value L or the bottom value this also. So I'm repeating, whenever for example take this null records, the above also we have a C, bottom also we have a M. Okay, when I say fill down, what will happen? Take the above value, it will be filling with the down. So that is what about the property. If you see carefully, you will understand. So I'm just filling down now. Now see, all L will be taken place for null records here. So I'm repeating. Have a look on this one. These four are null records, right? I'm sorry. These four people are having a middle name as a null. So I'm telling fill down, which means take the above value, fill down. So all these four values will be filled with the L. Okay. If you have that kind of situation, for example, in the classrooms, when the teacher explained the notes, right, we used to do as a first line is okay 1 and some triple X guy, country as a India. When I say the teacher telling second guy why he also from India, we will simply quote as a quotation, correct or not? Will you agree or not? Same with the third people, for example, triple X guy, he is also from India. You won't write because teacher will be explaining very faster. Instead of writing full complete India, we can make it as a quotation. Later onwards, after the class completes, we can write a clear notes and all. So this is a simple. You can relate wherever you have the example, but it is a least bothered property. No need to worry. The next one is unpivot columns, pivot other columns, and unpivot only selected columns. So this is also very important topic. I'm just keeping on hold. Remove is okay. Okay, so pivot and unpivot pending. Okay, so we can go to the country table, which is rename. I don't want to disturb. You can rename this column name and move. I told you if you want to bring this column one step forward, for example, before country code, you want to bring the country names, then move one step left. Now say the country names are coming, then followed by country codes are coming. So that is what about the move options, move left or right or something like this. Drill down feature already we have discussed. In the visualizations it will come right when you click on the I don't want to go back right now. So next one is add as a new query. So it's very simple concept. It will go to any of the column. Okay, take the distinct values, and those distinct values it will create a one more table, separate table here. That's it. It will create a separate table with the only distinct values. I will showcase. So right click on this, add as a new query. Now see this one. We got a one more table, only one column, which is having the only that column alone will considering as a separate table. See this one. It is taking English country reason name, creating the one more new query. New query means this is a queries only, right? We call as a table, but is technically it comes under queries only. So it's creating a one more query with that only that particular column only. If you still you want to remove the duplicates, there should be remove duplicate values. You can keep the distinct values and close and apply. Close and apply. So that is what about today's properties. The table level also, sorry, column level also, right click, we discuss everything except unpivoting, that we can discuss tomorrow. Followed by if you go to the corner, there are lots of properties available. So tomorrow we will try to complete this column level and table level properties. Day after tomorrow you will try to understand the like each tab wise also. Each tab, if you understand this level, the tabs are very easy because most of the property will repeat here also. So that's all for today. See you tomorrow same timing. If you have any questions you can ask me. So I don't want this and all. Let me remove this. Okay, we are going to drop.